Travis Kelce was spotted at practice throwing footballs while discussing catching techniques with teammates, mentioning he had never caught a ball before and wasn't sure about his preference for throwing with his right or left hand. The adorable details of Taylor Swift's new album, The Life of a Showgirl, are absolutely driving fans crazy, not only breaking TPD's record, but also making fans extremely happy with the adorable details she included in the music video, including a catch by Taylor and when she wore an otter shirt, with funny legends related to Travis Kelce showing how passionately in love she is. What is described as a song about superstitions, covering very popular superstitions like knocking on wood, black cats, and stepping on cracks, while the song is actually romantic and sort of a love letter to someone who hates you, explaining that sometimes you don't know you're a part of someone else's story, but you are, and there can be moments where it's unveiled through things they do that are very overt. As Taylor has gotten older, she started to realize that when someone puts so much effort into thinking about her, even negatively, it's actually flattering because in her industry attention is affection and they've given her a whole lot of it. Taylor introduced herself as the official hypothetical showgirl in question, explaining this was something they'd never done before, getting together in movie theaters for the first weekend of an album release, where she gets to show things she's proud of and has been working really hard on, trying to surprise fans. The main feature was the music video for the Fate of Ophelia, which she was excited about for many reasons, particularly because they got everybody back together from the Eras tour, with all the performers from that stage returning for this music video along with many people who worked behind the scenes to create the Eras tour. She explained it was amazing getting to see everybody come back together, which fans would witness in the behind-the-scenes content they prepared, because she wanted to show what they made and how they made it, along with all the lyric videos for the album that nobody had seen before. Taylor wanted to take fans through a journey of what inspired the songs, doing a cut-by-cut sort of inspiration of where these songs started and where they ended up, expressing appreciation for fans wanting to be there during such an electrifying and exciting time. If you're enjoying these behind-the-scenes insights into Taylor's creative process, make sure to subscribe for more exclusive content about your favorite artists. The opening song on Taylor Swift's The Life of a Showgirl references the character Ophelia from William Shakespeare's Hamlet, who faces a tragic fate, and according to the song's lyrics, Taylor might have drowned in melancholy if she hadn't been saved by her true love. The lyrics include Taylor singing about hearing someone calling on the megaphone asking if they want to see her all alone, which appears to be a nod to Travis Kelce calling Taylor out on his New Heights podcast for not meeting him at her tour, which is how their romance began. The lyrics continue with Taylor singing about swearing loyalty to herself before someone lit up her sky, and before meeting Travis, Taylor was fresh off a breakup from Maddie Healy, having declared herself one of the independent girlies in July 2023. After Travis went to her concert in Kansas City that same month, sparks began to fly, and now Taylor's fiancé is even in on her Easter egg game, teasing the Fate of Ophelia lyrics on Instagram back in July when he captioned pics with Taylor adding, "Kept it 100." This connects to Taylor's song Through the Lyrics, where she sings about someone digging her out of her grave and saving her heart from the fate of Ophelia, keeping it 100. In the upbeat song Opalite, which Travis previously revealed as his favorite showgirl song, Taylor references their love story, explaining that after weathering her fair share of lightning strikes in relationships, now Taylor's sky is calm and it's opalite with Travis. Taylor revealed on Capitol Radio that she had written down the word opalite because she learned it's actually a man-made opal, and since Travis's birthstone is opal, she's always been fixated on that and has always loved that stone. As for the meaning behind the synthetic glass gemstone, she thought it was a cool metaphor that it's a man-made opal and happiness can also be man-made too. However, it's not without some bite as Swifties think Taylor shaded Travis's ex Kayla Nicole in the lyrics by hinting the NFL player felt kind of like a prop in her social media pics. The lyrics suggest Travis couldn't understand why he felt alone because he was in it for real while she was in her phone, continuing that he was just a pose and questioning whether they try to love and give it all they got before he finally left the table in what was described as a simple thought about starving until satisfaction. Don't miss out on more fascinating celebrity relationship insights by hitting that subscribe button now. The detailed storytelling in Taylor's lyrics reveals the complexity of modern relationships, where social media presence often overshadows genuine connection, with Travis apparently feeling like an accessory rather than a partner in his previous relationship before finding authentic love with Taylor. The progression from feeling used as a social media prop to discovering real connection demonstrates how Taylor's songwriting captures not just her own experiences, but also the emotional journey of her partner, creating a narrative that resonates with anyone who has felt diminished in a relationship where image mattered more than substance. Travis's transition from feeling like a posed figure in someone else's social media narrative to becoming the inspiration for songs about genuine happiness and man-made opal metaphors shows how Taylor's influence extends beyond her own artistic expression to encompass the stories of those closest to her. The Opalite reference becomes particularly meaningful when considering that both the gemstone and happiness are described as man-made, suggesting that true fulfillment requires intentional effort and conscious choice rather than simply waiting for circumstances to align perfectly. Taylor's ability to weave personal symbolism like Travis's opal birthstone into broader metaphors about synthetic versus authentic experiences demonstrates her sophisticated approach to songwriting where every detail serves multiple narrative purposes. The contrast between the tragic fate of Ophelia and the calm opalite sky represents Taylor's journey from potential emotional drowning to finding stable ground in love, with Travis serving as both the catalyst for change and the ongoing source of security. The behind-the-scenes content revealing how the era's tour performers reunited for the music video adds another layer to the storytelling, showing how Taylor's professional relationships mirror her personal evolution from isolation to community. The theatrical presentation in movie theaters creates an intimate space for fans to experience these revelations together, transforming album releases from solitary listening experiences into shared cultural moments where music becomes the foundation for collective understanding. Taylor's acknowledgement that attention equals affection in her industry reframes criticism and obsession as forms of engagement that ultimately serve her artistic purposes, turning potential negativity into fuel for creative expression. The superstitions mentioned would connect to broader themes about how people create meaning from random events, with Taylor's relationships serving as evidence that sometimes taking chances on uncertain outcomes leads to genuine transformation. Subscribe here for more exclusive breakdowns of how artists transform personal experiences into universal stories that connect with millions of listeners. The Easter egg game that Travis now participates in shows how their relationship has evolved into a collaborative creative partnership where both contribute to the mythology surrounding Taylor's work, with his Instagram captions becoming part of the larger narrative puzzle that fans eagerly decode. The progression from Travis calling Taylor out on his podcast to becoming the subject of her most romantic songs illustrates how public gestures can evolve into private intimacy when both parties are willing to move beyond performative interactions toward authentic connection. The movie theater album release experience represents Taylor's continued innovation in how artists can connect with audiences, creating special moments that transform passive consumption into active participation in the creative process. The reunion of era's tour performers for the Fate of Ophelia music video demonstrates how Taylor maintains relationships within her professional circle, treating collaborators as family members who can be called upon for new projects that extend beyond individual tours or albums. The lyric videos that nobody had seen before add visual elements to the storytelling, providing additional layers of meaning that complement the audio experience while giving fans new ways to engage with familiar songs. The cut-by-cut inspiration journey that Taylor promises reveals her commitment to transparency about the creative process, showing how raw experiences become refined artistic expressions through careful craftsmanship and emotional honesty. The Shakespeare reference to Ophelia's tragic drowning creates literary weight that elevates the personal story to universal themes about love's power to rescue people from despair, positioning Taylor's relationship as both deeply personal and archetypal. The man-made opal metaphor suggests that the most beautiful and lasting things often result from intentional creation rather than natural occurrence, applying this principle to both gemstones and romantic happiness with equal validity. The social media criticism embedded in the Opalite lyrics reflects contemporary relationship challenges where public presentation often conflicts with private reality, giving voice to anyone who has felt reduced to a prop in someone else's online persona. The simple thought about finally leaving the table represents the moment when someone stops accepting scraps of attention and demands genuine nourishment, marking Travis's transition from a performative relationship to authentic love with Taylor.